I feel like if, okay, say example, okay? Example,
yeah.
Example, like, you like me. Oh, then how? I cannot give another example.
Okay, fine. I'll pretend to be straight.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of ZULA Answers.
Your name?
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of ZULA Answers. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Fauzi.
What's the next line?
You tell me.
Yeah. Wow, so I forgot about bowling already Kidding. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of ZULA Answers. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Fauzi.
And as you can see... Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of ZULA Answers. I'm Brenda.
I'm Fauzi.
And as you can tell, today we don't have Bolin here with us because he's very busy. So we have Mr. Fauzi Aziz.
At this point, that's bowling. You just stay busy lah.
Yeah, just stay busy. But come back soon. I mean, you're nice to have, you're great to have. You're both great to have. So today's topic is workplace problems. Very relevant to us. So all these confessions that we are reacting to are compiled from this Reddit thread called r/ussingapore. So all local context, huh?
Yes, people asking things about Singapore here. Alright, beautiful. The first confession, the title is, I need a year of excuses why not to go out with someone. Whoa.
You see?
What do you mean, juicy?
It means that someone likes her.
Obviously.
He needs to give an excuse to not go out with that person.
Wow, this is tricky. This one smells like power dynamics in the office. Alright, there is a colleague from now on named X that has a crush on me, but I can't be upfront and directly reject because X has my career on their hands. X is very influential and any action may destroy a career that I struggled for years to build. There are two projects that will take a year to complete before I can look for another job. X is involved in these two projects, and if they don't get completed, I can kiss goodbye to my career too. I know that being upfront and honest is the best. Yes, honesty is the best policy. I don't like X and have no feelings of physical attraction. X used to be my friend. Oh, wow, there's like many more layers So I also don't want to hurt any feelings if possible. Involving HR will just make things worse as X may seek revenge. Please help a confused and trapped soul.
Okay, wow, this story has a lot of layers.
Yeah.
But at first look, right, I feel like on top of power dynamics, there's a lot more. It's normal to have this like hierarchy at work, right? But to be scared, right, to not be able to tell the person your true feelings, it feels that there's a toxic like work relationship between them.
Yeah.
I feel like if, okay, say example, okay? Example like, you like me. Oh, then how? I cannot give another example.
Okay, fine. I'll pretend to be straight.
So, example, you like me. I wouldn't be afraid if I don't have feelings for you to tell you because you are very fair and you are reasonable.
Right.
So it shows something about X. Means
right.
He or she portrays this energy that, you know, I'm better than you. You cannot say no to me. Yeah. So maybe everyone under this person is scared. I'm trying to put myself in this person's shoes. What I will do, right? I will try to push it aside actually, and then like during work hours, I'll push it aside and focus on work stuff. And then
you very like the passive. You just grin and bear it kind of person. But
there's a limit. If the person crosses the line and does things that I already say like no to. Yeah. Okay, for example, like
if he touch you.
That's a fucking no.
Yeah, obviously.
Dude, I will
call HR, that was sexual harassment.
Cannot.
You shout molest.
Yeah, no, that one is a no. Touching is no. Like for example, I say like the person buys me like lunch. Then I say no, it's okay. Like, you know, I can buy my own lunch, it's fine. Thank you. But then if the person keeps doing it for 1 week, that one I will say no.
Wow.
Because also I come from a standpoint where I don't want to owe the person anything.
Right.
Stop buying food for me. I can buy myself.
Wow, it's so much easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because right, I wouldn't know, this person might just continuously still, because right, some of them, I'm looking at this point of view from X, right? What if he feels that the more he does, the more you will break down, and that's their entryway.
Oh,
right?
That is so like...
Hey, actually workplace damn complicated.
It's fantasized in dramas also.
Yes.
Like the guy being persistent and then the girl will eventually like the guy in the end. But
wow, it's so hard. Because right, it's at this point now, a lot of things are on the balance. And looking at it, right, career is on the balance. And realistically for me, I would choose my career and I'll try my best to do whatever it takes to help me keep my career. Yeah. Right? Because that to me at the end of the day is the majority of my life. And that's where I'm earning my money, and trying to find another job or trying to, it's going to be very hard.
Yeah, actually last time when I was younger, like 16, 17, I worked somewhere before part-time. And then like this guy had feelings for me. Okay. But I don't like him back. Okay. Then I just felt a bit creeped out until one day when he wanted to talk to me alone, I just cried. Oh no. I cried and I ran out. And then my colleagues told him okay, I think enough already. Enough is enough already. Then he really stopped. And then what my managers did was, because it was a shift job, so what my managers did was they separated the both of us. So different shifts. So I do feel like speaking to HR might help. If you feel like that's happening to you, like harassment in general, I think speak up about it.
I mean, there are many resources out there in Singapore where you can reach out to people, especially if you are encountering sexual harassment or any type of harassment in the workplace. I think there are places that you can go to.
Don't stay silent. Even if you think you cannot talk to anyone in the office, even HR, right? Talk to someone outside, like your friend. So with that, I would say we don't have like a concrete answer to this situation because it's very complicated, but just stay safe. I have to put it out there that like sexual harassment, women are not always the victims. Yeah. Sometimes the males are the victims too, and I feel like that needs to be brought up more.
Yeah. Everybody is susceptible to harassment. If any of you are feeling like you are facing any of these things, please find someone to talk to. Yeah.
All right. Confession number 2. How to deal with oblivious colleague. Interesting. I have a colleague that's not good at what she does and only has a pretty face. She lacks the knowledge required and is either not willing to learn or does not give a damn about her job. Everyone in my department is aware that she is sorely lacking in work, to the extent that people badmouth her for the way she works.
Okay, continue.
We need a moment of silence. The thing is, she doesn't seem to be aware of it.
Every line's hitting us directly to our hearts.
This concerns me and a few others as we are covering her task due to her lack of competence.
This is like 10 for 10 exactly our experience.
It has been going on for months and we are exhausted. No point talking to the managers as they can't do anything about it. Their only response being, you should work as a team. My company isn't one that would fire anyone unless you carry out a grave mistake. Normal me would bluntly confront her about her reputation and to tell her to buck up. I'm not sure if it's the right way to go. Can anyone share how they would approach such a situation at work?
Let's just say that we once had a colleague who was rather bad at what she was doing. This is one of the stories where Brenda and I kind of swapped personalities. Yeah. Brenda was the one who was more like, wow, she cannot make it. Whereas I was like, no we can give her a chance and try again.
We have to set the context. It's because everyone knows that Fauzi has an RBF, and I think because of his level of seniority, everyone will be scared to go to him if they have any problems. So this person kept coming to me. So of course, you will be exhausted. I know how you feel. So I was driven to a point where I was like, wow, can we not do this anymore? Can we just... I cannot work with this person anymore. I felt like that was one of the most unhappiest periods of my time here, because I couldn't focus on my work. I had to keep focusing on this person and keeping this person in check.
But in this situation, it seems like this person is just like coasting through the entire work life without actually doing any real work. And that to me is an issue already lah. I personally think it is grounds for firing someone.
But when they talk to the managers, then they will respond by saying you should work as a team. So maybe like find solid evidence to show that she is not competent and she's just being plain irresponsible. And then once you have compiled all those, right, maybe show it to your managers, because I feel like now maybe they are giving that response because there's no concrete evidence. So once you've shown them like, okay, this person is not doing her job well, then I feel like there will be room for discussion. Actually, I'm very curious. What do you think about like people actually being able to survive in the workplace because of a pretty face. Have you ever had someone like that?
Have lah. The world is so superficial,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes, right, just because you're good looking, right, people pay you a little bit more attention, or people give you a little bit more benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, really.
And it's scientifically proven. Like, there's been studies where if you're good looking, you tend to get away with a lot more things.
Yeah.
It's very common, but I think at the end of the day, right, there is a threshold, right? Your good looks can only help you for a while, and once it crosses that inability portion, it's almost necessary that you have to find someone else to replace that person.
They are saying that they are covering her task due to her lack of competence. So you as a person, right, if you are sick of this already, will you just stop covering for her?
Yeah.
Then let her like bear the brunt of it, or what?
I feel like for her own good, I would.
Okay.
Like, I mean, because you know I cannot say no. So probably like the first few months, I would be like, okay lah. I might just suck it up and cover, you know. But then it will reach a point where your task will like keep piling on, like with your workload, right? So I think it will reach a point where I will start to say no, and you know what, for her own good, I need to let her like fall, right, so that she know how to stand up again.
Right.
You know, because it's very unfair to everyone else who's putting in so much effort for their jobs.
Yep. For me, my approach will be quite similar. In the beginning, there will be some sort of a mentoring kind of period where I will like help them through. If they don't want to learn, that's my number one pet peeve. And if they make the same mistakes again and again, it shows a lack of effort in trying to correct themselves.
Like, there's really that much that you can do.
Yes.
Then once like you have given your all, right, it's up to the person to change.
Correct.
But then if it reaches a point where she doesn't want to, then I think you need to flag out the problem to your managers. But of course, with like concrete evidence lah, so that they will actually listen to you and take action.
Okay, the next confession is titled "Burnt Out in a Job That Used to Be My Passion." Oh,
Very normal nowadays.
I feel like this is like a lot of people who will face this nowadays. Yeah. Hi all, I'm 28, male, and currently in the creative industry, working as a trainee at a big corporation after graduating in May this year. I pursued my line of work since 2010, from going to ITE to completing uni this year. Wow, congratulations! Yes, we love you for doing that. I've been in a pit of depression for a few months and dread waking up every morning. I'm considering handing in my resignation, but if I do, I have no idea what I will do after. I see 28-year-olds having their life figured out, and I just feel like a failure to myself.
No,
Yeah.
you're not a failure.
Indeed. I'm considering a career change, but I'm not sure what industry will be right for me at this time. Maybe listening to some advice or anecdotes might give me some clarity. Thanks in advance. Can we first of all say really good job on like going from ITE
Amazing.
all the way to university. I know a lot of people give ITE people a bad rep, but honestly, congratulations, man. Like I do believe that any path of education you take, at the end of the day, it is about what you make of the education and how you bring yourself forward in life. So yeah, good job, man, doing that, man, and you getting a job in a big corporation. That's amazing. First
And
of all,
you are not a failure.
Yeah.
You might be 28-year-old now, but everyone's life is like a different journey.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the first piece of advice I would say. Like, everybody is on a different path.
Yeah.
And it is not helpful at all to compare your personal life and your personal journey with any other person's journey.
Besides that, I would say being burnt out in a job is very, as sad as it may sound, being burnt out in a job is quite common nowadays, especially so for industries that are very, very fast paced.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, whenever you feel burnout, right, as most of the time it's like you have expectations for yourself, but because you don't hit the expectation, you feel like you've become a failure in that sense. And it is a very common feeling. Even for us, we feel the same way. I feel the same way. But I think for me, how I get out of that kind of situations, or I get out of those funks, right? Basically, I take value in the little things that I've completed, right? We're all human beings. There's only X number of things you can do per day, and sometimes realistically, as the day goes on, there's some things that you really cannot finish right? And if that's completely fine.
Yeah, not gonna lie, there are of course times when I dread waking up and coming to work. I feel like everyone has felt this way in one way or another. I question like myself all the time, like whether I'm suited for this job in general. especially when like I experience a setback. I think it's very normal. But what I do for myself is that I take a break and I how do I put this? Like I schedule my time.
Yes.
Accordingly, because I know that I don't work well under stress. So I schedule my time accordingly to like maybe address like the tougher tasks that I don't really enjoy first, so that I can enjoy my time after that to do the different tasks in work that I enjoy.
Yeah, and honestly, Brenda, we always both of us, even though like our relationship is like a supervisor-employee relationship, we often are very honest with each other. We talk to each other very often, and it really does help lah. When I have a problem, I talk to her. When she has a problem, she will talk to me. And finding someone you can confide in is actually super helpful. It seems like he is obviously looking for someone to talk to on the internet. But maybe it'd be useful if you can find a friend or someone that you can trust, that you can actually really talk to, and hopefully they'll be able to help you, guide you in the right direction. Because sometimes, right, a lot of the times problems are largely problematic because they are only living or existing in our minds. But when we verbalize it, we acknowledge that there is a problem, and when we tell it to someone can be like, hey, this is my perspective. The problem here is that I think sometimes it is normal to realize that your passion isn't really your passion, or like your passion has died, or like has become less of an importance to you. It's okay to acknowledge that has happened. And if you are looking to find your new passion, that's completely fine. It is a trial and error thing.
Maybe you can share from your perspective, because you were like a theatre study student.
Oh my god.
And then you joined TSL as a writer, and then after that you go to YouTube, then you do events. Then now you are the social media team lead. So
it is very much in my personality. I'm very much a free spirit in the sense that I like to try new things, and I'm never afraid to try new things, and I don't let the fact that I don't have the necessary qualifications hold me down lah. Honestly, like I had zero like videography or editing background, and now editing videos. When I was doing theatre, that was what I thought I would be doing for the longest time. But obviously, I had to make a practical decision in life, and that is to earn some money lah, right?
Yeah.
So I made a practical decision, but then now that I've earned some money, I get to do it on the side. I get to do a bit of musical theatre on the side for fun, just to feel that passion a little bit more.
Yeah, so even if you want to like move on from like, I would say, this job and do something else that's maybe more practical, it's fine also, because it doesn't mean you need to lose your passion.
Yeah.
You can like what Fauzi said, do it on the side.
Please don't ever feel like you are a failure. Everybody goes through a hard time, and even if you feel like at any point of time you feel like you really can't go on, you must really kind of just take yourself out of that equation for a moment and realize that you've achieved so much. I mean, like in the first line already, I feel like you already achieved so much. You've already gone through so many layers of education in Singapore, and you've made it to university. That's like the best that you can ever achieve.
That's amazing.
Hey, people, how many percent of Singaporeans graduate from university, Only about 10 to 15%, I think. So it's actually a very small percentage, and the fact that you are able to do that, that's like good job, man.
So the next confession is titled New Job Anxiety. Okay. I feel like I felt that. Very normal. Okay. It's very normal.
You've been here for 2+ years already. Eh?
No, I felt that at the start.
Okay.
Okay, so I have been in my new job for 1 to 2 months. Everything is new to me on the job, but I don't have proper on-the-job training or guidance. I'm expected to figure out my work on my own, though I can ask for help if I really cannot make it. I also feel I'm not qualified enough for my job. I feel very stressed and have been OTing almost every day. Why?
Are you sure you didn't write this?
No, it's not me. Bracket, I try to limit myself to OT till 10 p.m. bracket, to learn on my own and improve on my work. I have asked my colleague for help, but I still can't seem to do my work well. Given that we are all working from home now, I feel isolated and find it hard to ask for help too.
Okay. All these just add to my anxiety. My anxiety started at my previous workplace, mainly due to a lousy boss and toxic colleague. So I can't really blame my new job. I find myself crying almost every day and dreading to wake up for work. I also find myself losing interest in my work or doing anything, i.e. planning my finances or anything which requires brain power. And all I want to do after work/weekends is just nua. I think I need a break from work to just take a few months off for myself, but I'm also applying for BTO, so it is a tough decision to make. Wow, shit. Okay.
Boy.
Should I quit and prioritize my mental health or stay on to prioritize my BTO? Would it be selfish of me to quit now? Well, the question she's asking is, should you quit and prioritize my mental health or stay on to prioritize my BTO? To me, it's really like whether it's a practical decision to make, which is practical, of course, you choose your BTO, or you're doing it for yourself.
Okay, I do feel like a personal decision here would be better.
Okay.
Mainly because mental well-being is irreversible. The effects will stay with you forever. But BTO, right? Okay, I know like BTO now you must like do 6 to 7 years in advance, but at least that one you can take again. You can try again.
I'm gonna have to agree with you also, only because your entire existence is the basis of your well-being, right? And if you feel like you can't carry on, then there's a lot of things that will tumble along with it. Honestly, right, what she's going through is not uncommon.
Yeah, I can relate to the first part of her story.
Yeah.
Especially when I first joined TSL. I would say because when I joined, right, the department that I joined was very, very new, like in the fetus stage, of development. So I was really put in a position where I had to figure things out myself. The structure in general was quite flexible.
Yep.
So I really had to work around things. Yeah, but I think the difference here is that I had nice managers and I had nice colleagues who are like my friends till today. So I think that's the only difference here to this situation. It's very unfortunate that this person actually developed anxiety, from the previous workplace. I think it's important to slowly detach herself from that and accept that every workplace is different and the people are going to be different.
Yep.
Right?
Well, the fact of the matter is that working from home, right, how many of her colleagues has she actually met in real life? That's the challenge of the situation we're living in. People are joining new jobs and they are all working remotely. So most of the times we don't really even get to interact with our colleagues per se. So that is actually a very challenging situation, because now, right, it feels like when you first enter a new office, right, there's already a challenge of like meeting people and everything. But now, right, you're completely alone and isolated in your room. So in terms of like who you can speak to, right, don't feel like you have to only speak to like your colleagues lah. Go and speak to someone maybe not in your workplace, maybe your brother, your sister, again, like, or any friend that you can talk to, you can confide in. But the person has only been in for like 1 to 2 months. I think first 2 months is already quite hard to say per se, are you absolutely competent in your job?
Yeah,
you're still in the discovery phase, right?
Yeah, correct. Give yourself at least 5 to 6 months to decide if this is what you should do or what you want to do in the future.
The thing is, she's OTing almost every day to learn and improve my work. To me, that's a really good trait to be having. Maybe you can, instead of like keeping it to 10 p.m, maybe you schedule, right, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours per day, that kind. So I do think that it's important for self-learning. It's important and it's absolutely necessary for self-learning. You should have to see it as a way of improving yourself, and it doesn't have to be even explicitly related to your job, but skill sets that you feel like you want to improve yourself as you make yourself more marketable in the future lah. So don't feel like it is something that is not beneficial to you lah.
What you need to do is, I would say, take a break. Like, don't take a complete break from this job, but at least like, take 1 to 2 days off. Go and like rest. Maybe go for a staycay with your fiance or your friends, and take your mind off work first, and then come back.
I think when it comes to like workplace problems, right, I think why it is so challenging for us to also give advice, give like concrete advice, is because we are still going through it.
Yeah, we are still on our own journey.
Some of these experiences are quite close to us and we still don't really know whether we have the solutions to it. We can only like really share our, our little things that we've done, and even though the things we've done they actually might not be the right way or the wrong way, whatever.
I just hope that this gave you a fresh perspective from the points of view of like someone who has had 7 years of working experience and someone who's relatively new, like 2.5 years.
Dude, even if I have 7 years of experience, I still have so much to learn.
Yeah, so with that said, thank you so much for watching this episode of ZULA Answers. We also have created our very own Google Forms for you to submit your confessions, and it's in the description box below so you can send them in. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Subscribe.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Subscribe. Subscribe indeed.